Nifty implied open indicating. Seems like a positive start is what we could watch out for. Again, today from the Indian markets, will that sustain is a key to watch out for. As of now, Nifty implied open is up 43 points in today's trading session. But that's the action that we have in terms of the Asian markets this morning. How are all these cues that we picked up from the US market, Asian markets impact our Indian markets? We have a team of research joining in with us to set us up for trade, tell you which are the important stocks to watch out for, as well as the cues in the world of F&O. So we have Sudarshan as well as Gaurav who will be joining in with us as well. But Sudarshan, first, before I come to you, let me actually set you up for the trade. What are we watching out for over there? Now, US markets, obviously, we saw that S&P 500, NASDAQ saw a bit of a rally coming in, Alphabet earnings that beat estimates as well. So that is also something, that we'll be keeping an eye out on. All the indices in the US market closed on the positive front. FIIs, what did they do in our Indian market yesterday? We saw FIIs actually sell around 4,200 crores, while DIIs continued to be buyers for 4,300 crores. So FIIs were selling while DIIs continued to buy. Important reactions that we'll be watching out for in our markets today. Obviously, a lot of earnings that were reported post-market hours, Dr. Reddy's, Tata Consumers, Infosys, among some of the reactions we'll watch out for today. And earnings today, we have SBI Life among important earnings, Bajaj Finance, IEX, obviously that coupling news that came in as well, market coupling news plus its earnings today. We'll see some reaction. Nestle among some of the names that we are watching out for. Other than that, we are watching out for Tilaknagar Industries. The news break that was confirmed, the CNBC news break confirmed after the company is acquiring Imperial Blue. Keep an eye out on that. CDSL could see some impact. We have seen NSDL that has come out with the date of its IPO opening. 30th July will be the IPO opening date and will close on 1st of August. We have an IPO that opens up for issue today as well. That is Brigade Hotel Ventures that is opening up. Other than that, cues to watch out for as PM Modi is visiting UK, the signing of the UK FTA and India FTA. That is something we'll be keeping an eye out on. PMI data in India as well as in the European front, ECB's rate decision will be coming out. Keep an eye out on that. What are they going to be doing will be key to watch out for. Yesterday, obviously, Nifty reached those record high, highs of, reached those high, intraday highs of 25,233. Now, obviously, resistance is at 25,320 for the Nifty. Keep an eye out on that level. And like I had mentioned before, Nifty implied open indicating a positive start. But cues in the world of F&O. Sudarshan, what are we watching out for today?
So yesterday it was a good day of trade, and that was majorly led by financials, especially HDFC Bank and ICICI Bank. Both these banking heavyweights have hit record high, and that helped Nifty close firmly above 25,200. And also big gains were seen in Nifty Bank, which was up almost 500 points. For today also, tracking the strong earnings that Infosys has reported, and also some of the mid-cap IT companies, GIFT Nifty is indicating a start in the green, and currently it's up around 40 points. Now, talking about the flows in the cash market, you'll see FIs continue selling in the cash market, but it's not a concern. Yesterday, we saw FIs selling 4,200 crore, but it was fully offset by DIs, which have bought more than rupees 4,300 crore. In the derivative market, if you see, FIs have built positions majorly on the long side. So, in the index futures, they have bought more than rupees 760 crore. Even they have added long positions of almost 2,000 contracts, and also they have reduced short positions. And here, reduction was almost of 2,000. Now, there is a slight increase in FIs long exposure. Yesterday, it was around 14.4%. Now, it's currently at more than 15%. Now, interesting data is on the option front. In the option market, if you see 25,100 call has seen shedding of more than 90 lakh shares. 25,200 call has seen shedding of 30 lakh shares. So what it tells you that on the downside for Nifty, now the first support remains around 25,100. And which call has seen the addition? 25,300 call. It has seen addition of more than 4 lakh shares. Now on the put side, 25,200 put has seen addition of more than 92 lakh shares, and also 25,150 put was active and has seen addition of almost 77 lakh shares. So now support for Nifty is around 25,060, but above that also first support, immediate support would be around 25,130 150 to 150, 25,150. But if it falls below, then support comes around 50 DMA, that is 25,060. Resistance, first resistance would be 25,320, that is 20-day moving average. If we manage to breach that or cross that, next support comes around 25,520. Stocks in focus, 3 stocks in the band: RBL Bank, Bandhan Bank and IX. Keep an eye on stocks like Infosys, which has reported a strong set of earnings. Basically, it has outperformed all the peers amongst all the large cap IT company. It's the only IT company which has reported growth. And also focus on auto ancillary companies like Sona BLW, Samvardhana Motherson and Tata Motors. On the back of there are some reports that US might sign agreement with EU, and also it might involve auto companies, auto tariffs, and that might be reduced to 15%.
Okay, Sudarshan, thank you so much for that. And Gaurav, which are the important stocks that we are keeping an eye out on today? Good morning.
Well, good morning. There are many stocks which will be in focus on the back of the earnings. First, let's talk about some of the IT giants. First, let's talk about Infosys. Very good set of numbers is what we saw, where we saw net profit actually increase, and at the same time, they have also increased their lower range of the guidance from 0% to 1%. So that was actually a key thing to watch out for. Second is Dr. Reddy's. Here also we saw good set of numbers. Numbers were actually higher than what we were estimating. At the same time, we also saw margin expansion. Now they stand at around 28.2% versus what it was at 26.7%. Tata Consumers, on the other hand, actually came up with inline set of numbers, we could say, because profit was actually in line with what the street is expecting. What was positive is that the EBITDA margin fall was actually lower than the gross margin fall. So some kind of efficiency, cost efficiency is what we saw here from the company. Coforge, on the other hand, actually came up with very good set of numbers. Once again, the revenue increased almost by around 8% versus the expectation of 6 to 7%, and at the same time, EBIT margins also remain unchanged. Persistent System also came up with good set of numbers, where we saw revenue was actually a little bit higher than the poll, and at the same time margins were also increased almost by 20 basis points. Bajaj Housing Finance also came up with good set of numbers. We saw AUM growing at around 24%, and at the same time profit also increased almost by 17% on a year-on-year basis. Let's also talk about some of the stocks which will be in focus on the back of the news flow. First is IX, because there is a negative news flow here. Now CERC has ordered market coupling implementation. Now, as per market experts, this is going to be negative for IX in terms of market share, PAT and price to equity. Inox Wind is also in focus today because company has approved equity share raise worth 1,250 crore rupees. This will happen at 120 rupees per share. Natco Pharma is also in focus because, as per news sources, the company is going to acquire around 35% stake in Adcock Ingram for around 2,000 crores. And lastly, let's also focus on Tilak Nagar, because as per CNBC Newsbreak, now company is going to acquire Imperial Brew for the cost of 4,150 crores. So definitely watching out on all these stocks today.
Okay, thank you so much for that, Gaurav. We'll keep an eye out on the stocks. But like you were mentioning,